Welcome to the official announcements for this year's 43rd Annual Saturn Award nominations at Geek Nation Studios in Los Angeles. I'm Valerie Perez, and it's my honor to be your guide through the realms of the futuristic, the frightening, and the fantastic. For over 5 decades, the Saturn Awards have honored the best and brightest in science fiction, fantasy and horror films and television, and this year's nominees are no exception. Today's announcements will be broken up into 2 parts, film and television. But before we begin the television nominations, please welcome the official Saturn spokesman, Jeff Richter.
Thank you, Valerie. If you love science fiction, fantasy, and horror, as well as other pop culture genres such as action, adventure, animation, thriller, and superheroes, then you've come to the right place. The Saturn Awards were founded in 1972 by the beloved film and genre historian Dr. Donald A. Reed to honor the movies that he loved, the ones the other academies overlooked or underappreciated. Decades before the internet or social media, there was only Dr. Reed and the Saturn Awards. Our voting membership has grown throughout the years, not only to include such luminaries as J.J. Abrams, Guillermo del Toro, Shane Black, Brian Fuller, and James Cameron, but industry professionals, students, and teachers, and most of all, fans like you. For more information on our organization and becoming a voting member for the 43rd Annual Saturn Awards, please visit our website at www.saturnawards.org. The 43rd Annual Saturn Awards will be held on June 28th in Burbank, California, and for the first time ever, streamed live throughout the known universe and beyond. Back to you, Valerie.
Welcome back to the film nominations for the 43rd Annual Saturn Awards at Geek Nation Studios in Los Angeles. I'm Valerie Perez, your guide to the many worlds of science fiction, fantasy, and horror films. This is not merely our 43rd Annual Saturn Award show, but our Academy's 45th anniversary of celebrating and honoring the best in genre entertainment. If you haven't seen our television nomination video, you can watch it next on this same Saturn Awards YouTube channel. To announce the film nominations for the 43rd Annual Saturn Awards are Saturn Award-winning actress-producer Claire Kramer, and a Saturn favorite from TV's Heroes and Star Wars The Force Awakens, Snap Wexley himself, Greg Grunberg.
You start.
All right. The nominees for Best International Film are Elle, The Handmaiden, In Order of Disappearance, The Mermaid, Shin Godzilla, and Under the Shadow.
Well done. I'll take the next one. Nominees for Best Independent Film are Eye in the Sky, Hunt for the Wilder People, La La Land, Lion, The Ones Below, and Remember.
And the nominees for Best Fantasy Film are The BFG, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Ghostbusters, The Jungle Book, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, A Monster Calls, and Pete's Dragon.
The nominees for Best Action Adventure Film are Allied, Gold, Hacksaw Ridge, Hidden Figures, The Legend of Tarzan, The Magnificent Seven, and The Nice Guys.
Little surprise there in that category.
Yep.
And the nominees for Best Thriller Film are 10 Cloverfield Lane, The Accountant, The Girl on the Train, Jason Bourne, Hell or High Water, The Shallows, and Split.
And the nominees for Best Horror Film are The Autopsy of Jane Doe, The Conjuring 2, Demon, Don't Breathe, Ouija, Origin of Evil, Train to Busan, and The Witch.
The nominees for Best Supporting Actor are Chadwick Boseman for Captain America Civil War, Dan Fogler for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, John Goodman for 10 Cloverfield Lane, Diego Luna for Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, Zachary Quinto for Star Trek Beyond, and Christopher Walken for The Jungle Book.
And the nominees for Best Supporting Actress are Scarlett Johansson, Captain America Civil War, Tilda Swinton, Doctor Strange, Margot Robbie for Suicide Squad, Kate McKinnon for Ghostbusters, Betty Buckley, Split, and Bryce Dallas Howard for gold.
And the nominees for Best Performance by a Young Actor are Ruby Barnhill for The BFG, Julian Dennison for Hunt for the Wilder People, Tom Holland for Captain America Civil War, Louis McDougall, A Monster Calls, Neil Seaty for The Jungle Book, and Anya Taylor-Joy for The Witch.
Well done on those names.
Thank you.
And the nominees for Best Writing are Melissa Matheson for The BFG, Eric Heiserer for Arrival, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick for Deadpool, John Spates, Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill, Doctor Strange, Taylor Sheridan, Hell or High Water, Chris Weitz and Tony Gilroy for Rogue One, A Star Wars Story.
The nominees for Best Animated Film are Finding Dory, Kingsglaive,
Yep.
Final Fantasy 15, Moana, Sing, Trolls, and Zootopia.
All great films. The nominees for Best Director are Scott Derrickson, Doctor Strange, Gareth Edwards, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, Jon Favreau, The Jungle Book, Anthony and Joe Russo, Captain America Civil War, Bryan Singer, X-Men Apocalypse, Steven Spielberg, The BFG, and Denis Villeneuve for Arrival.
And the nominees for Best Actress are Amy Adams, Arrival, Emily Blunt for The Girl on the Train, Taraji P. Henson for Hidden Figures, Jennifer Lawrence for Passengers, Felicity Jones for Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and Narges Rashidi for Under the Shadow, and Mary Elizabeth Winston for 10 Cloverfield Lane.
The nominees for Best Actor are Chris Evans, Captain America Civil War, Benedict Cumberbatch for Doctor Strange, Chris Pratt, Passengers, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, Mark Rylance for The BFG, Chris Pine for Star Trek Beyond, and Matthew McConaughey for Gold.
And the nominees for Best Comic to Film Release are Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Captain America, Civil War, Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Suicide Squad, and X-Men Apocalypse.
And last but not least, here are the nominees for Best Science Fiction Film. Arrival, Independence Day Resurgence, Midnight Special, Passengers, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and Star Trek Beyond.
All right. Well, congratulations to all the nominees.
And to all the people that should have been nominated but weren't nominated.
And to all the nominees in strange categories.
And to all the people that had a great film that should deserve a sequel that hasn't happened yet.
And congratulations, Greg, I think to you and I.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah,
Claire.
we got through that, and
Yeah.
you know what?
Best announcing of nominees.
Now, Greg Grunberg for
And Claire Kramer.
the Saturn Award announcements 2017. Bye.